What up, MetaZoo Maniacs? So today is February 12, 2024. Let's go over some eBay auctions. The theme of this video is one man's trash is another man's treasure. Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? I'm definitely a buyer, and I'm loving these dip prices, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. So let's check it out. 12 MetaZoo Magic Cast promo boxes for only $100. Man, this would be a fun opening. For $100 bucks, this is like a dream come true for anyone that loves Magic Cast like myself, especially the PSA 10s. Another question as you're watching this video, if you do comment, are you more into buying sealed product or singles like PSA 10 slabs? Next we have the Mothman from Nightfall. Such a beautiful card. It seems like it's going up in value a little bit. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but PSA 10 full hollow Mothman from Nightfall, 34 bucks. This was selling around the $20 range not long ago, so I just quickly wanted to point out the full hollow first edition Nightfall Mothman PSA 10. There's 647 graded as a PSA 10 out of 1,183 graded. Look down here for Wendigo full hollow, the two best hits you can pull out of Nightfall, obviously besides Old Scratch. Wendigo full hollow has 409 PSA 10s, but there's only 560 graded. So there's more PSA 10 Mothman cards than there are total Wendigos graded. Well, here's a steal of a deal. Really nice looking card. Hopkinsville Goblin from Topps Chrome, number 1 out of 5. It's a black border. PSA 9 for 37 bucks. Damn. I can't believe I missed out on this one. Whoever bought that, that's a really good pickup. That's a cool card. Next we have Prismora from Wilderness, PSA 10, $41. I mean, I'd rather buy this than a box of Wilderness, right? Actually, you could probably get 2 boxes of Wilderness for the price of this card. I'd rather just buy this card. So another really good pickup. Here we have a PSA 9 Kickstarter Reverse Hollow Mothman, 75 bucks. Yeah, can't complain with that. Here's an interesting one. Sewer Alligator Full Hollow, which only comes in Reverse Hollow and Normal Cryptid Nation. But this is from the Caster's Cup. It's got the stamp. Just click on the picture here in the bottom corner right here for Caster's Cup. Not a very high population card, $63. I mean, if you like Sewer Alligator, this was a pretty sweet pickup as a PSA 10. Next we have Phoenix Rain Kickstarter Full Hollow. Of course, it's part of the Obnoxious 9. PSA 10, $56. Hey, it's one of those old medals, the Patreon Caster medal. And it says in the title that it's rare. It is, but it only sold for $26 because no one really cares about these cards too much anymore, these old medals. Here's a steal of a deal. Loveland Mailman. I mean, this is one of the coolest old school promos. This is before I was even part of MetaZoo Discord, before I even knew about the marketplace, anything. And PSA 10 sold for $52.71. That's insane. Next we have Growth Kickstarter Full Hollow. It's part of the Obnoxious 9. PSA 10 for $57. Next we have Chaos Crystal Full Hollow PSA 10. Man, this is another steal of a deal. $167.50. Now here's a good pickup. The Kickstarter Spellbook, the promo. There's 1,000 of them, but now with MetaZoo, if there's 1,000 of anything, that's like way too much. That used to be like very limited if there's only 1,000 or something. But the PSA 10 of this card, I have this card as well, but $22.50. That's pretty much what it costs to get it graded. Here we have Loveland Frogman Kickstarter Full Hollow PSA 10, $171.38. To me, this is the second best card in Kickstarter. So, and it's PSA 10 already for $171. Amazing deal. Here we have the 2022 Halloween Trick No Treat. This is the best card you could pull out of any of these packs, and it's not very easy to pull either. PSA 10, only $36. Let's check out the artwork. I mean, damn. Right? This is awesome. Crazy, only $36. Here we have probably the second best card you can pull out of that Halloween Trick No Treat set from 2022. PSA 10 for $10.50. So they lost like $10 just by grading this card, even though it got a PSA 10. I mean, this is awesome. It's Loveland Frogman dressed wearing a Mothman outfit. Here we have Sam Sinclair, Kickstarter full holo, of course. Obnoxious 9 again. PSA 10, $113.50. Another steal of a deal. Here we have Metal Man of Alabama. Not the most popular one, but it's still a full holo Kickstarter. PSA 10, 28 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. Here we have full holo Sinkhole Sam Kickstarter PSA 10, $30. Piazza full holo Kickstarter PSA 10, $86. Definitely a steal of a deal. A little bit of an anomaly though. Usually these are selling around $120, but still, I mean, $86. Someone got. That's an amazing deal. Here we have Chibi Mothman Reverse Holo Kickstarter PSA 10, only $9.50. Here we have Christmas Rose. In the title it says PSA 10, but it is a PSA 9 as we see in the picture, and the price reflects it. $41. Not bad. I mean, it's selling for more than some of these Kickstarter cards. Here we have Topps Chrome Mothman Gold Refractor 46 out of 50. It's serialized out of 50. And yeah, of course I bought this, so I had to show this off. Look how off-centered it is. I mean, I can't wait to see this in person and get it graded. I mean, it's gonna get an OC grade, right? Off-center grade. Look how thin to thick that is. And let's see on the other side. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. Here we gotta scroll down a bit. That is insane. But up here, I mean, that is insanely off-centered. So yeah, I don't know. I love Topps Chrome. A few people watching this video do too, but I didn't care how off-centered that was. It's Mothman from Topps Chrome, serialized out of 50. And it's just cool that it's so off-centered. But $78. How can you complain with that? Hey, it's Mike Waddell. So I have a few of these. This one's not even graded, and it's sold for $89. I'm surprised it's sold for even that much. Let's see how the other Mike Waddells are doing. So we got the non-serialized cards from Topps Chrome. $12, $14, $11, $11. Hey, look at these ones. So the Mike Waddell business card sold for $425 and $420. So there's a Mike Waddell business card. Boom. Let's zoom in really close on him here. Yeah, that's a pretty sick artwork. And considering how many people are upset with Mike Waddell, it's amazing that these cards are still selling for $420, $425 bucks. So as you can see here, there's 19 of these Mike Waddell business cards sent in the PSA, and 17 of them graded the PSA 10. So I'm surprised they sell for like $425. Next we have a whole bunch of raw Kickstarter cards. So we know the Kickstarter cards, even at PSA 10s, have completely tanked. So what do you think is going to happen to the raw versions of these cards? They're going to be going for like second edition prices probably. So we have Kickstarter Full Holo Flatwoods Monster, $15.50. Stage Blue Ox Full Holo Kickstarter, $27.69. And that's raw. There's some PSA 10 Kickstarter selling for around the same price. That's impressive. Sam Sinclair, $31. Quetzalcoatlus Kickstarter Full Holo, $46. Now that's impressive because I bought a full holo Kickstarter Quetzalcoatlus PSA 10 for $75. Next we have Ghost Train Kickstarter full holo for $20 for the Obnoxious 9. I think this one for cheap, or maybe you should have went for cheaper. Look at this nice print line right through the middle. You can see it right here. Cuts that star in half. And it keeps going through the card. Oh, you can see over here too. We'll zoom out a little bit. Back in. Yeah, you can see it cuts right through the middle of the card here. And here we have Power Up Red, another Obnoxious 9, only full holo. I believe it's got a print line as well. Yeah, it's got a print line. Oops. Right along the bottom, right here. You can see where it's cutting everything in half. $31. Here we have Death Beam, another Obnoxious 9, only full holo, $10.50. Here we have Growth, another Obnoxious 9, only full holo Kickstarter, $31. Here we have Loveline Frogman, reverse holo Kickstarter, $26. And here we have an auction for 12 booster boxes of Cryptonation 2nd Edition for $189. I don't think that was a good deal at all. I would probably not even pay $50 for 12 2nd Edition booster boxes. When you see how cheap everything else is selling for, especially Kickstarter cards, there's nothing in second edition. There's zero value in that box. There's nothing you can pull except for maybe a blue ink, but you're not going to. Like, there's nothing that has value in there. So $189. Could have bought a lot of these previous auctions that we just looked at for $189. This was a cool auction. So we have a bunch of Mothman cards. Everything sold total for $76. Let's see what we got in here. So we got the X-Fractor Mothman from Topps Chrome, PSA 9, so that's worth almost nothing. That's maybe worth $5, I would say. Cryptid Nation, second edition full holo Mothman, PSA 10. Yeah, maybe like a $20, $30 card. Oh, Magic Cast. If it's not a PSA 10, you're pretty much, it's not even worth it at this point. PSA 9. That's Valentine's Day promo. Why couldn't they just get the gold heart one out? Why was that so hard? Hey, Nightfall, I like that. We saw that, that's like a $34 card. And the World Poker Tour cards, I mean, they're both PSA 10, both Mothman cards, so it's a cool little pickup. So would I say this was worth it for $76? I would say so. I mean, I think that's about fair. So, not bad. Here we have another Grail card, Mothman from Revive. Oof. Nightfall, one of the nicest Mothman cards out there. Look how badass that is. Damn. PSA 10, it's not even scratched yet, so you can still get the skateboard if you can redeem it. $427. That's a steal of a deal. That's a card not many people are going to have in their collection. Hey, here we have a sample, Hopkinsville Goblin. And it's signed by Victor Larson. I mean, it's not authenticated that it was him that signed it. It's a PSA 8. So is that his signature? Probably is, but it's not authenticated. $202 nonetheless. Not a bad deal if you're looking for that sample card. Oh, and speaking of Victor Larson, let's go check out how the Nom Nom Kickstarter is doing. So as we can see here, they have 386 backers, 24 days to go. And they have raised, in American money, $303,000. Pretty impressive. So if you want to get Victor Larson's new set, Nom Nom Verse, go check it out on the Kickstarter website. Now you remember all those Magic Cast boxes, 12 of them selling for $100? Now, just to go back to my original question, are you more of a sealed collector or a singles collector, especially PSA 10 slabs? I personally picked up this one for $34. I mean, this is one of my favorite Mothman cards in all of MetaZoo. I can't get enough of these cards. PSA 10 full holo Mothman, $34. That's insane. Next we have Sam Sinclair dressing up as Mothman, PSA 10 from the Magic Cast set, $35 as a PSA 10. The coolest card in the Magic Cast April Fool's set, I mean, they're doing the Ginyu Force, the pose, right? As much as we don't like Mike Waddell and other people in here, it's still a cool, like a very cool card. If you don't know what Ginyu Force is, that's from Dragon Ball Z. And this card only comes in full holo. So $19.50 for a PSA 10 of April Fools. Yeah, I forgot to show. It literally says April Fools. And it's literally got a MetaZoo logo down here. See? MetaZoo. And it says it right on the card. MetaZoo. That's awesome. But yeah, for $19.50, I mean, that's how much it costs to get the card graded. So here we have a Sam Sinclair Revive Skateboard promo, PSA 9. This one sold for $15.50. But now you see when it comes to PSA 10s, the Sam Sinclair is only $15 as a PSA 9. Piazza Bird as a PSA 10 was $61. And all these cards are not redeemable for the skateboard. It's just the actual promo card only. And Loveland Frogman as a PSA 10 sold for $100. And you can't redeem these. As you can see down here, there's no code to scratch or anything. These are just the promo card only. So that's holding some value. $100 for the Loveland Frogman PSA 10. And next we have the Mothman, right? From the same set, the Revive Skateboard promos. PSA 10, $515. Let's just take a nice little look at this one. Whoa. That's nice. Let's just zoom in all the way. Damn. Here, I'll get my mouse out of there. Take a screenshot. Free PFP. Now, I don't know what the condition of these cards were, but hey, you got the first two Rudy promos with MetaZoo. Total $66.55. So next we have MetaZoo Dark and Flame Tower Caster Packs plus Native Spoiler Pack. $228. Now I know these are pretty rare, and there's some pretty cool cards that can come out of this, like really cool. But $228 for 6 packs, essentially 4 packs. That's where all the value is. That's crazy, man. This is definitely somebody's treasure. So you can get PSA 10 full holo Kickstarter cards for substantially less than what they paid for this. So are they gonna open these? I hope not, but if they do, I hope they make a video showing what they got. And here we got 2 Kickstarter packs, 1 Mothman and 1 Babe the Blue Ox, $43 total. There's a Mothman Kickstarter pack. With another Kickstarter pack for only $43. Mothman Kickstarter packs used to sell for over $300 just for the pack, just one. Now it's valued at what? Just over 20 bucks? That's crazy. Here we have 2 Loveland Frogman promos for $40 total. Just like the Rudy promos, who knows what the condition of these are? I mean, if one of these graded as a PSA 10, you just got a steal of a deal. They're probably just good for playing though. Probably looks like, these look like cards you'd put in your deck to play with. So, but no matter how you look at it, $40 for 2 of them, steal of a deal. Hey, anyone remember these Gala boxes for Native? These are selling for $100. Only 37 bucks. And it's sealed. I would say that was a good pickup, because that's incredibly cheaper than what it used to be worth. Anyone remember these Ding Ding Bell promo cards? $2.50. These used to sell for a lot more. So here's a cool one. PSA 9 Loveland Frogman sample card. Sold for $1,125 Canadian, $835.72 American. Yeah, the guy that bought this card left a comment in my last video stating that he was refunded by the seller. So the guy that won the auction paid, but then he was refunded. So obviously whoever sold this card did not want to sell it for that cheap, which I can't blame him, but at the same time it sucks for the guy that won the auction, because this would have been one steal of a deal. And here we have the Blue Ink 2nd edition. This is the only thing you could pull that would be worth opening up a 2nd edition of booster box. PSA 9. Let's take a quick look at it. That is a nice card. So it was up for $800 or best offer, and they accepted the offer of $550 American. So what do you think of that? Blue Ink PSA 9, $550. And if you're wondering how many Blue Inks are graded at PSA, there's 52, and only 2 have graded as a PSA 10. There's 37 PSA 9s. Here we have a Kickstarter Reverse Holo Mothman PSA 9, sold for $72 American, $97 Canadian. And here we have a Walking Sam PSA 9 Full Holo for a lowly $15 Canadian, $11 American. Here we have Neutrality Totality, to the best card you could pull in UFO. Only selling for $14. So if you're wondering why UFO boxes are so cheap, well, actually they're not even cheap enough. The best card you could pull just sold as of February 11th for only less than 15 bucks. Here we have Wilderness First Edition Spellbook, 5 of them, selling for $27 total. So that would be about $5.40 each. Now before you say that's a steal of a deal, which, I mean, it's not a bad deal, even the best card, Prismor, that's the best card you can pull out of any of those spellbooks, sold on the same day for only $10. So here we have 12 Wilderness booster boxes selling for $222.50. Now that looks like a really good deal, and I mean, but when you look at the fact that the best card you could pull is selling for only $10, even if you pulled a Prismora, well, you would have to pull 2 Prismoras in each one of these boxes, so that's 24 Prismoras would be $240 just to break even, pretty much, which isn't going to happen. You're not even going to pull a Prismora from each one of these, which would be $120 in value. So I mean, it would be a hell of a lot of fun to open just trying to chase the secret rare though, right? And you're going to get a lot of other cool cards, but yeah, it's crazy to say, but $222 for 12 Wilderness booster boxes is too expensive, I'd say. That's not a good deal. And just to dig deeper into the Wilderness, I mean, a PSA 10 Dragon of Akanto Falls, which is the second best card you can pull after Prismora, in my opinion, $10 for a PSA 10. You're not going to pull a PSA 10 anything out of the booster box. You still got to get those cards graded. $10. Let's see how much they're selling raw. Oh, $1. Oh my goodness, Dragon of Kanto Falls is $1. Even here, 15 Dragon of Kanto Falls for $10. Look at all these lots. Holy crap. I've never seen these. Maybe they don't sell to up to Canada, but so 45 Dragon of Kanto Falls sold for a total of around $30. Wow. That was a good pickup. I wonder if the same person won all these auctions. Because that'd be a good pickup if you spent $30 and got 45 Dragon of Kanto Falls. Here we have a pretty cool card. It's a Grim Reaper. It's got the Collecticon stamp on it. PSA 9 for $54. And we're just going to check out the stamp here. Very rare to find these in the PSA population report. There's only one PSA 10 of this card. And there's only 13 of these that are graded at PSA. So getting any of these Nightfall cards with the Collecticon stamp on it, pretty rare. I'd say that's a pretty good pickup for $54, which is $40 American. Not bad. Now we'll dip into some sample cards. So we have the Aura Battery Generator. Boom. I don't know why I said generator, because I didn't actually say that here, but the Aura Battery. Pretty cool card. Full holo. Sample. $216. Next we have Eternal Snowflake. Beckett 8.5, $96.55. Hey, we got GG Bird sample card. Beckett 9 mint, $102.50. Hey, the Disclosure Files. Yeah, $15.50 for the Men in Black card. I knew this card was going to tank sooner than later, and 100% is. Still a nice card. I prefer the original Men in Black from UFO. Here we have a sample Cactus Cat. Beckett near mint 8, $100. Next we have a cool little auction. So it's all the core sets for MetaZoo in one auction. So this is a second edition Cryptonation booster box, not first edition. But all the rest are first edition. So you got Cryptonation, Nightfall, Wilderness, UFO, Seance, Native, and Chromie's Cryptid Carnival. $212. Do you think that was a good deal, bad deal? I think it's a fair deal. And the last auction we're going to go over is a deal of the day, serialized 86 out of 99, PSA 10. Check this out. Only $200, February 12, 2024. That is an amazing deal. I can't believe they sold it for that cheap. Maybe there wasn't enough interest in it, I don't know, but whoever picked that up, this was the steal of the week. Well, that's a nice card. $200? That is, woof. But who knows? Everything's crashing. Maybe $200 in a week from now will be way too much for this card. Who knows? But comment below what you think of these auctions. Anything stand out to you? Did anything surprise you? Did you buy any of these? And as I mentioned before, comment below. Are you someone that's collecting sealed product right now? Or are you buying all these crazy cheap singles? I don't think you can go wrong either way. But in some ways, honestly, from my point of view, I think I'd rather pick up the singles. They're so cheap, especially the PSA 10 versions. Because when you buy a sealed product, odds are you're going to open it up eventually, and you're going to get PSA 10s, or even the top cards in the set out of those boxes. It's not guaranteed. And the PSA 10s are just so cheap. It's insane. But everyone collects differently. If you disagree or agree, comment below. And we'll see you in the next video.